Okay.
But some of the other reasons, like the budgetary constraints, Daas, Mashali, Fortier, Fadil Adams, further complaints, you wouldn't have shared those with him. You wouldn't have shared these reasons with the National Commissioner before the 31st of December 2024.
No, Daas and Mashala, they wrote these things, the bulk of them last year. And I did have a discussion with the National Commissioner about them, and I think they wrote letters to the Portfolio Committee last year already. And remember that I also said about Mashale, I even referred some matters, her profile to the IGI to say, I keep on getting correspondence from this lady shortly after I got appointed. So I was aware, and National Commissioner did say, oh, now this lady I'm aware about, she has also shared things with me, but she complains, and we look at what she's complaining about, and so on. So I was aware of all these things including, I was aware, and the department, National Commissioner, would have been aware of all these things. I may not have shared everything with him, but they were aware of them. That includes my main reason, my argument that we may be dealing with something that is outside the PFMA at the end of the day, as I advanced yesterday.
So I'm going to confess and say I have listened to this clip maybe 6 times. I'm just trying to hear what his point is. And each time I rewind and start again. I rewind and start again. And I said, oh my goodness, he's just stringing a bunch of sentences together. There's no point there.
Good afternoon, masterminds. I hope you are all good. It's interesting times in South Africa. And we are in the ad hoc committee currently, where my name has been mentioned on several occasions. And yes, and Jabs asked me that we should come and just discuss a few pointers, because I don't want to discuss my evidence that I'm going to give in the ad hoc committee, but we are just going to discuss what the minister said, not in-depthly, but just here and there. So masterminds, let's give over to Njabs. News for show, how are you?
I'm good, Sis Pat, and I hope you're well. Shout out there to Umzansi Unfiltered, Miss I Digress.
Miss Digress is always on top of things.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to laugh about the state of South Africa and all these videos, guys, go there and show some love there, and yes, then you laugh yourself out. Yes, Suspect, it's been a minute since we recorded, but I tell you what, people have been asking me and says, she's your friend, she's been used as an agent and everything. Did you really get money for you to say these stories? Were you paid?
You know what?
Ever paid?
If ever I got money, I would not have been on social media. I would not have been where I am here, because I'm sure you see that every time we record, I've changed the angle, I've changed the location. If I receive money, I would have been afraid to speak out about certain things. Because remember, if you are being paid by a certain faction or certain person to do and say certain things, and not say things about certain people, or you must not talk about certain things, meaning that they are capturing you and they are going to handle you and they are going to tell you, this is, you go out now because we are paying you. This is what you are now going to say. Whether you agree with it or not, because you are being paid, you must go out there and you must say exactly what they want you to say. So I usually say, people out there, most of them are on their cell phones, on social media. They can say whatever they want to say. I don't mind people's opinions about me. because people will always have opinions about you. Whether you are wrong, whether you are right, people will always have opinions about you. And those opinions, some of the opinions add value to my life. But those opinions, there are opinions that really doesn't add any value to my life. And I'm not even going to break my head about those opinions because I cannot stop people to talk about me. I cannot. So people will say what makes them comfortable. There are people who hate me and they will see me, they would love to see me fail. You understand? So they are the ones who are pushing this narrative that I have been paid. But in jobs, we can also not be loved by everyone. There must be a balance in life. There's people who are going to love you. There's people who are going to hate you. So you cannot expect everyone to love you. Please also give credit to the haters because they also must do something. There must be a positive and a negative. You know, life is about positive and negative. That's the balance we create in life. So if you are going to jump and try to defend everything that everyone is saying about you, you are going to turn into a mental case. You will be admitted in their copies because of what people are saying about you. I've learned in life that allow everyone to say what they want, but you must also draw the line. You must also draw the line because you allow people. You are the one who allow people how to treat you. You teach them how to treat you. So people can say what they want, but there come a line where people can also not be allowed to say whatever they want without evidence. So if there's anyone out there, anyone who have evidence that I received money, let them please produce the evidence to you because they are talking to you. Let them please produce the evidence to you because at some point in time, I'm going to have to defend me, myself, but not on social media in a court of law. I'm going to have to defend my name, my integrity in a court of law. So whenever I'm going to see someone saying for a fact, not making an assumption, but saying for a fact you have been paid, that person must come with the evidence because I'm going to have to go to court and say, you know what, this person is alleging that I'm being paid. So I want this person to come to this court to come and produce the receipts and evidence and the people who have been paying me. Because freedom of speech must also come with responsibility and obligations. You must own what you are saying. Like when I say something, I own it. I don't say Njap, say that, and I own what I'm saying. Hence, when people take me to court, I go there as Patricia Mashali, not as someone told someone and someone. I say that. I'm owning up to it. Then you can take me to court and I will go to court and defend what I said. So at some point, we must hold people responsible for the stories that they are spreading without evidence. If you have evidence, knock yourself out, but you must also be willing to accept responsibility for what you are sharing about other people.
All right. Without maybe going further, just have one last question relating to this part about you. Now, tell me, have you ever taken a person to court, a person who's been slandering your name, basically, because you've been taken several times, you've even been arrested for that.
No,
so have you?
But I think it's high time that I start taking people to court now, because now my name is everywhere. Everyone is saying whatever they want about me. I've never taken anyone to court, but like I said, that there's people's opinions. But once people that is slandering, that is defamation when someone say it for a fact that you are part of a cartel, you are part of the criminals, you receive money. Now that person is saying it for a fact. So now I am going to make an example with one of them. I'm going to start taking people to court. That's what I'm going to do.
So now that means that now we must go back and listen to the commission, because I know, like General Kumalo has said, you've been spreading misinformation, as well as General Masemol. So they must just say which misinformation you've said in relation with the information, with the evidence they were testifying with.
And they are one of those people that must go and prove in a court of law. Remember with Masimula, there's already a court process. In Masimula, I have already taken Masimula to court. There's already my lawyers, the submissions is already being filed in court. So we are awaiting a high court date. So that process is already unfolding.
Wait.
I'm telling you, long time, last year already, when I was acquitted of all charges, long time already. Yes.
Oh, you're taking them on the...
Yes, that civil procedure started when I was acquitted of all charges.
Oh, you were suing them for that other matter of, of the Free State. Oh, I see. Wow. All right, no, thanks, Spet. At least we've cleared that, and people are just going to say, Njabulo, your friend, at least my friend can talk for herself.
I love to talk for myself. You know what? There's a lot of people who usually, my followers defend me. When someone comes and says a step, my followers usually defend me. There's some comments or opinions that I'm not going to waste my time with. And usually these people, after these opinions, have locked profiles. They have fake profiles. So how are you going to defend yourself to a non-entity, a non-person? Because they are cowards. If you are going to be making an allegation, you must be brave enough when you make that allegation. Be brave enough to come as yourself, not as a fake profile.
Yes. Yeah, suspect what is quite interesting is that with Minister's comment, I must just say that at least he is one of the few people in the commission that has actually at least pronounced your name with a bit of respect.
Yes.
At least I always say that it's better to be addressed by your surname than be called so-called whistleblower or so-called Patricia or misinformation. I think that's humility. I mean, I must applaud him for.
And if you are the other thing, if you are academic and you have a title, when these generals and they wanted to be addressed, remember Brigadier Gininda he even objected, even the judge objected and said he's a brigadier, he should be addressed as a brigadier. All these generals are being addressed as generals, but Professor Merida Haas, who's an academic who obtained that title through merits, are being addressed as the Haas. Mary, the Haas. You understand my point? And that is the evidence leader who is even encouraging this, because he is one of the people who are doing it.
Yes. Yeah. So that is quite important, because we've also seen between the minister and the evidence leader, there was huge of exchange of words, basically altercation. But then it's fine. I wanted to zoom into what the minister was saying, because he's saying that you immediately when he was appointed, you started sending complaints to him. And then also he then also shared that information with the commissioner, and then he also sent your profile to the IG, that means to the crime intelligence, saying, please look at this lady and the profession and her profile, because she's been complaining to me. Please relate to us when you hear the response that the minister shared about what Masimula said and about you.
Okay. I can confirm what the minister is saying. Immediately after he took office, I now relayed all my complaints to his office through the official channels also, to the email of Advocate Vusi Pikoli, who is the legal advisor. Not only me, also Professor Mary Dias, because remember, we have been sending these complaints to Masimula also since 2022, when he became the National Commissioner. And Masimula never addressed these complaints. You heard how what he told the minister. No, she's been complaining, and even under examination, he told the committee that Professor Merida has been complaining every second day she writes letter, every second day she writes letter. What he didn't disclose to the committee is that even me, myself, as a national commissioner, I once reached out to Professor Merida because my job was threatened by General Becky Cele. General Becky Cele wanted to replace me with General Musikidi, and as a result thereof, I also reached out because I know, as a respected person, the Portfolio Committee and Parliament is going to act immediately once the letter come from Professor Merida. Professor Merida has indeed wrote a letter to Parliament, and Parliament interfered, and he retained his job. Today, he's the person who says she writes a letter every second. You know what? People doesn't have truth in this world. People doesn't have. You must give credit where it's due. You must just not tell the side that favors you. Today, okay, fine. Let me not digress. Let me go back to the point. Yes. Not only to the minister, as he said, he also mentioned that I saw that those letters were also addressed to Parliament. The same letters that she sent to my office was also addressed to Parliament. So this is a thing that has been coming on from when General Masimula became, I remember General Sithole was the one, I made a protected disclosure to him in 2021. He's the one who exposed my protected disclosure to the very people. I thought when Masimula came in, because he's now the new National Commissioner. Okay, fine, let me address the same issues I raised with Sithole to the new net. So there was also a form of a protected disclosure that I made to Masimula. And Masimula also never acted on that. I can confirm, yes, I was contacted by the Office of the Inspector General of Intelligence in August 2024, whereby they say that they need information from me. I met with them at a City Lodge Hotel in August 2024, Advocate Jay Govender, and I gave them all the information that I gave to Masimula, that I gave to the office of the minister, the information that went to Parliament. So I can confirm what the minister said there is true.
All right. Thank you. Now, I don't want to read too much on the issue of the IG, the Inspector General of Intelligence, basically whether the crime intelligence. But then what has also happened, you had a situation where on the social media and also with I think one of the last recording that I did, I said we did it. You've also been seen or portrayed as a person that celebrated the arrest of General Khumalo, and also you've also been portrayed as a person that who had access to classified documents. Please just unpack that.
Yes, I did celebrate the arrest because I was the one who gave the information for investigation. I gave that information to the office of the IGI. about the illegal appointment, about the boutique hotels that was bought and everything. I shared that information with the IGI. And because of that information, there was investigations. And finally, I saw something happen for the first time in a very, very long time. That when you report corruption, people are getting arrested. And I said it, we did it. Because not only me, that's why I tagged Fadil Adams. Fadil Adams is a member of the police committee. I reported the same issue to the portfolio committee chair, and he never acted. And then somehow I get the contacts of Fadil Adams as a member, and I also shared this information with him about the boutique hotels, about the unlawful appointment of Dineo Lekwele. And as a result thereof, Fadil go to the police station and he opened a case. So Fadil acted, unlike the chairperson of the portfolio committee. He went to the police station because a crime was committed and he opened a case. Classified information. Whoever said I had classified information in my possession must show me that classified information that I had in my possession. I've never shared classified information on social media. I was never in possession of classified information. Even the office of the IGI would have taken steps against me because the information that I shared with them was not classified information. I'm telling you, the same information that I shared with all the other parties, I shared it. Inspector General of Intelligence would have gone back to the minister and tell him, this lady is in possession of classified information. That's what we picked up. But they didn't, because the information that I shared with them is not classified information. You remember the information of the illegal military camp in Mpumalanga? You remember that information?
Yes.
That information, yes. I shared that information a long time ago. 2020, was it 2020 or 2020? April 2021. I shared that information with the
during COVID.
SSA 2021. I shared that April 2021. Me and George shared that information with SSA, State Security Agency. We shared that information with them. So that was also not classified information. And as a result thereof, that illegal military camp was discovered in Mpumalanga with the firearms and whatever. All that information comes from me. I shared it with SSA. Even Zizi Kodwa told us that the president wants the information. President Ramaphosa wants the information. And we share the information with them.
Yes. Now, going back to the arrest, what are they being arrested for? If you know of the charges, please break it down high level. What is General Khumalo being arrested for? Because I remember at some point you also I see the headline on news, the alert with YouTube. I don't know what they're saying about you. But then now,
that case are currently before court. I've never seen the charge sheet, so I don't know it. All I know is if the Dineo Mogoele is there, then it means that one of the charges is because of the unlawful appointment of the Dineo Mogoele. I've never seen the charge sheet, so I don't know what is the other charges against me. But it was an article that I also saw with all the charges. But as for seeing the charge sheet with my own eyes, I've never seen the charge sheet.
All right, that's fine. I also remember at some point, sometimes last year, you posted about a missing was it missing funds or funds that were transferred? Budget, I think 200 and something millions. There was issues about the budget of
Free State.
I'm saying
Free State.
Free
200,
State.
200 million. That was stolen for the ANC election ANC election conference. Yes.
Okay, so like issues like this on the issues of budget, how will you get? Because I know police budget or department budgets are not classified. No?
Now, that if you saw the affidavit of Brigadier Tlhongwane Tiani, that information is contained in that affidavit. That information, all that, even the information about the 45 million grab to block the signal of the cell phone during, even the information about the Feast Must Fall campaign, even the information about the interception of the emails of the president, even the information about the intercepted of cell phones of the opposition parties. All that information is contained in the affidavit of Brigadier Tiani. And that is a public affidavit. Anyone is being shared publicly, because that affidavit was submitted to the Zondo Commission, and the Zondo Commission never addressed the issue of the corruption in crime intelligence. Remember, Tiani was the head of the Secret Service account, and he was dismissed because he refused to authorize illegal payments. He was dismissed by Khumalo, and Khumalo appointed now, after Tiani was removed, Khumalo appointed Lushaba, and Lushaba authorized all those payments that Tiani refused to authorize.
All right. So now you've seen your name being mentioned in all these commissions. And do you have a list of people that you hate, or people think that you hate them because you are reporting corruption that they are party to or that they are doing? Maybe clarify that.
Jobs, I don't hate people. I will be a very sick person to keep a list of people that I hate. I don't want to, as I say, I don't want to turn myself into a mental case. I hate what people do. I hate people's actions, especially when it comes to crime and corruption. I hate crime and corruption with a passion. More especially corruption, because corruption is destroying this country. Corruption is destroying my life. Corruption is destroying my children's inheritance. Crime is destroying families. Crime is killing people. That's why I hate it. So if people are going to turn themselves into the personification of the crime and corruption that I hate, that they are doing, that's their business, it's not my business. If they feel that they are going to wear it, that I'm hating them, no, I don't. I hate their actions, and I'm not selective. I'm not selective. Whether you are popular, whether you are the president, I've exposed corruption since 2008, and whenever I come across evidence, I'm not going to select that this is the president of the country, this is the poor man, this is whoever, this is my friend. I'm going to implicate you, I'm going to expose you, I'm going to name you. If you like the person and jobs, let's rather agree to disagree on this. Because if you feel that, but Patricia, you were not supposed, because let you and me rather agree to disagree, because I'm not going to be selected because that person is your favorite. I'm not going to do that. I'm not about that.
All right. So are you being paid by crime intelligence? Are you being used by cartels?
Now you remind me of that evidence leader. You are going back to the first question. But I'm going to answer it anyway. If anyone, I'm inviting and challenging anyone and everyone. If anyone have proof, have evidence that I'm being used and I've been paid, there's the Madlanga Commission. Go and submit your evidence and expose me, because I'm already witness number 28 on the list of the ad hoc committee. And I will also encourage people, please don't, you are complicit if you sit with evidence that you don't act on. Don't just be a keyboard warrior and say things on social media. Go to the nearest police station and press charges against me, so that your evidence can go and be tested in a court of law. That is what I do. When I have evidence of wrongdoing, I don't sit with that evidence and just make allegations. I report it to the relevant authorities. Everyone I put have a lot of complaints. At police stations, I open cases, although these cases, they decline to prosecute it because the people who are supposed to prosecute are complicit. But I don't, and if I don't find joy with the persons who I'm reported to, then I go to social media. I know on social media, I'm going to find joy. I know on social media, they will address the NPA. The other day, I posted about corruption at the NPA. The NPA responded to me on Facebook. And immediately after that, ethics committee was sent to me. I met with ethics committee. I gave ethics committee my information. And now there's an investigation into the allegations that I made on Facebook. That's what I do. So I will encourage anyone, really, let's put this, let's take action. If people have information about me being paid or receiving money, please don't sit with that information. As a concerned citizen of this country, go to the police station and open a case against me. I'm more than willing to go to court and defend myself.
Thank you, because I think you've clarified a lot of things for us. Now, Facebook, are you always rushing to be the first one who reports on things?
Usually, I'm the first one who gets information. So, who must I wait for? Who must I wait for? If I'm the one who got the information first. So if there are people who get information before me and they post it on Facebook, why am I not trying? Why am I not trying? Why does the people feel that I'm committing a crime by exposing information if I'm the first recipient of the information? I don't understand what actually is it that they want me to do. Because I'm the one who received the information. Who must I wait for? Must I invite them to say, you know what? The only way they actually also going to know about this information, because I'm not going to call people privately and tell them that, you know what, I received this information. But all of them were saying, I'm rushing to Facebook to expose information first. They get the information. That is where they got the information. But if they feel that they were the first one who had the information before me, what were they waiting for? Why didn't they also expose the information? There's my answer to the question, Judge.
No, I really thank you for taking all the real mastermind in confidence, and we continues to support you in your journey. And I remember yesterday I even said you have so much pride. I will struggle for a person to say that you actually ask them for money.
You know what? I once received, our time is almost up. I once received an offer to say, we want to assess you because you are not working. The moment I see the word money, I cut you off, I block you. You cannot, as a stranger, come to me and offer me money. I cut you off. I blocked you the moment you start off. Only my family members and my close associates can come to me and say, Patricia, you know what? We can see you are struggling. We will make a plan for you. Those are my, not someone coming, even you, Njabs, when you come to me and say, Patricia, there's a person who says he can assist you, I'm going to ask you, what is the reason behind that assistance?
Yes, and we've never had those conversations.
Never.
I'm actually grateful.
We don't
for
even
that.
talk about money.
Yes.
This is, in the first place, this is not about money, but what is currently happening in SAPS, in crime intelligence, is about money, because everyone wants to get their hands in the cookie jar on the secret service funds. That is currently about money. But in jobs where we ran out of time, I'm going to stop it here and we will proceed with other issues on a later date. Thank you, Masterminds. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. I've reached 10 million views on Facebook and 127,000 followers. Please keep on following. I want 10 million followers. Thank you very much, Masterminds.